We got a lot of crazy updates to go over today, so let's just get started with what we got in a couple of days on January 9th. Specifically, for $190, we're getting the Kobe 5 Pro Tro Year of the Mamba Eggplant. I am expecting these to remain profitable. Nothing crazy, but definitely a little bit over lunch money in the larger sizes. Those are the ones you're going to want to focus on. Not only that, but this is a beautiful Kobe, one of my favorite new Kobe colorways that we've seen in a very long time. But even more important than these, in just a couple of days, we're going to be getting a different colorway of the Year of the Mamba Kobe 5, this time the University Red colorway. I definitely prefer this colorway. I know it's a lot more out there, but these are like the true China colorways. If you want something with a real Chinese New Year theme, this is going to be the pair for you. It's coming in red with that really nice gold on them. I'm definitely hoping I could snag a pair for personal, but not only that, you could expect these to be profitable too. In fact, I'd say these are going to be more profitable than the purple Kobe pair. Also later in the month, don't forget that we're getting the second drop of the Travis Scott Nike Zoom Field Jacks Light Chocolate. These are going to be having their full release on January 17th for $170. Now, these already released via a Sneakers Cam shock drop. If you don't remember what happened there, basically they released these cards at Complex Con, and people who saw the cards and got the cards were able to scan them via the Sneakers app. Well, you didn't actually have to be at Complex Con. You see, I had some people there at Complex Con. They sent the picture of the card to everyone inside of Endurance. They were able to scan the picture, and from home, as long as they had 2 devices and all of our early info, they were able to comp as many pairs of these as they had accounts and devices. Remember, when it comes to all kinds of shock drops like this, we post all the early info that you need inside of Endurance. You could join with the link in the description below. We also have completely free guides, free alerts, free raffle lists, and you could even get free Chick-fil-A meals too to give you a taste of the full Endurance group. You can check it out with the link in the description below. But again, these are having their full release. This is the second time they're dropping on the 17th, and they still are profitable. It still is a Travis Scott, but don't expect the profit to be crazy on these. Currently, pre-sale is pretty low on them. They're only about lunch money profit, nothing significant, and I'm expecting that to remain the same after the main release. I'm pretty sure a lot of that is getting priced in right now, so we might even see a little bit of a jump after the main drop, but we'll see as we get closer. In some more exciting news though, on March 23rd, we're getting the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 Bike Air, and we finally got an official look at what these are going to be looking like, and I have to admit, they do look really nice, and I was skeptical initially. When we saw the mock-ups, it looked more of an orange, but this is looking like it's more red. Not only that, but the material on them is really nice. It looks pretty fire with that Bike Air on the back, so I'm hoping to snag a personal pair of these. Next up, I got some good news and some bad news. The bad news first, obviously, the SB Jordan 4 Varsity Red was unfortunately canceled. We're not going to be seeing these, but it's okay because the pair that it seems most people favor, which is the navy pair, is still going to be releasing. And specifically, those should be releasing sometime in summer of this year for $225. I am expecting them to be very profitable, similar to the green pair, but not as profitable as the green pair. Definitely something you want to go for in all sizes. Not only that, but it's a beautiful pair. I personally prefer this colorway over both the green and red, but it's really the same sneaker, just swapped out from the green to the navy. Next up, we also got our first official look at the Jordan 4 White Cement, which is coming back finally. I've waited so long for this sneaker. Back in 2016 when they first released, I didn't have the money to get these. Now, this is finally going to be our chance to get them. I know a lot of you guys were in the same position as me, and now maybe you have a full-time job, you could afford these. They're coming back May 24th for $225, and I am expecting these to be profitable, especially in the big sizes. Nothing too crazy because stock is probably going to be very large on them. And this is another sneaker you should expect there to be an early shock drop for, so while the main release is on May 24th, you should expect there to be a massive shock drop a couple of weeks before, and when I do have the early date for that, of course, I'm going to be posting it inside of Endurance. Again, you can join with the link below. Even more exciting than those, though, we just got our first look at the Undefeated Jordan 4. There's actually going to be 2 of these dropping. One is going to have the Nike Air on the back, one's going to have the Jumpman on the back. Not sure how exactly they're planning to do this release, but it's going to be taking place on June 28th, and they're both going to be $225, and I am expecting both of them to be very profitable with a good margin. If you guys don't know, these first released back in 2005. It was, I think, the first collaboration Jordan brand ever did with a retailer. So this sneaker is not only a big deal, but it looks fantastic too. Looks very similar to those M&M Jordan 4 samples, if you're familiar with those. These are beautiful. Hoping I could get my hands on a personal. Not only that, but they're going to be profitable too. Big release to look forward to. Obviously, Undefeated is probably going to have their raffle for these, and I hope they do some kind of a new domain drop, because obviously you know who's going to have the early link for that. Then we also got another in-hand look at the Travis Scott Fragment Jordan 1 Low. These are going to be dropping on September 3rd. We've talked about them before. Retails $150. Obviously, these are going to be complete bricks, so you guys should not even go for them. Just leave them and I'll take care of them. But yeah, this is probably going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest collaboration of the year. It's a three-way collab. Second to this is probably going to be the Union Fragment Jordan collab, because Union Jordan 1s in itself is such a big deal. Then we got another collaboration with ASICS. This time the Grip Swani Atmos Tokyo ASICS are going to be dropping sometime this year. Unfortunately, there's not really any info other than that, but this is a first look that we got of them, and I think they're pretty nice. Then in just a couple of days, we're getting another Concepts New Balance collaboration, this time on the New Balance 740. This is coming in the Brute colorway. I don't think there's anything really special about these, but it is a Concepts collaboration and retail is only $120. Next up, we just got our first look at the A Ma Maniére Jordan 3 Diffused Blue. These are dropping on March 15th for $225. Like the prior Jordan 3 A Ma Manières, I am expecting these to just be personals, but nice personals nonetheless. I think A Ma Maniére always executes their collaborations very well, and they have their releases very well too. They're always dropping via a new domain, and we are going to be posting the early link for that new domain inside of Endurance as always. Much more exciting than that though, we just got our first look at the Supreme Nike SB Dunk Lows. I think we got a look at all the colorways actually, and there's going to be a total of 5 colorways. There's going to be a white pair, there's going to be a gray pair, there's going to be a blue pair, a yellow pair, and a purple pair. Some of these are much more limited than the others. This is a video that I'll make in itself when we get closer to the release. We're quite a bit away. They're dropping in May for $135 each. I am expecting all of them to be profitable, but some of them more profitable than the rest, specifically the more limited ones. That's going to be the yellow pair and the purple pair. Those are the most limited ones. The one kind of in the middle is the blue pair. And the ones with the most stock are going to be the white and the gray pairs, but I still am expecting those to be profitable too. Make sure to subscribe and enable post notifications, because I'm going to show you how you can get these and which ones to focus on. We also just got our first look at the Jordan 12 Flu Game, an iconic Jordan which is finally coming back on March 1st for $200. Apparently these were supposed to be canceled, but then it looks like they actually are releasing, because Jordan Brand is apparently canceling a lot of Jordans that were supposed to be releasing. Not only that, but they're also slashing a lot of stock, which I think is the smart long-term plan to maintain a lot of the demand. The old CEO did come back and he's making a lot of these changes. I think it's definitely healthier for the long-term future of the sneaker game, but I know a lot of collectors who just want pairs and don't care about the hype are definitely going to disagree with that. Let me know your thoughts on that situation in the comments below. Personally, I think it's better for long-term collecting, because I think scarcity is actually important when it comes to these things. Also, sometime this month in January, we're getting the Soleil Bembury New Balance 1500, but the retail is a whopping $275, so I'm skeptical of profitability on these. At best, maybe there might be some room for brick profit, but definitely very high risk on these, low potential reward, but they do look nice though, I'll have to say that. Then, as you guys know, we got the Jordan 1 Black Toe Reimagined coming back on February 15th for $180. These are supposed to be having a shock drop. It's going to be a couple of weeks before, so make sure you are prepared for that. It is just going to be a regular shock drop though, nothing too interesting, and there's going to be quite a lot of stock for it too, so if you want a pair, you probably should be able to get a pair as long as you're prepared and you have multiple devices ready to go for them. Again, we're going to be posting all the early information for this and all shock drops inside of Endurance, so you can join with the link in the description below. And remember, we have free guides there too, and we're going to alert for completely free in the free group as well. In terms of profitability when it comes to these, because this is reimagined, and they're not reimagined in that vintage sort of way, but rather they actually changed the side panel of the sneaker to not have wings. It's just going to have the Air Jordan. Unfortunately, a lot of people actually don't like that, including myself. This is going to hinder demand a lot, and stock is also supposed to be pretty high on these. With that, I'm really only expecting brick profit to lunch money on the very large sizes, 11 and above. But following the initial shock drop, you should be able to make a little bit more profit on that. Just make sure to sell them as soon as possible. I'm also going to make a more in-depth seller hold video as we get closer to that drop, so make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications for that. But that actually is going to conclude it for all the updates that we had to go over for today. But for more urgent things, I'm going to alert inside of that free group, so make sure you join with the link in the description below. Other than that though, have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these releases.